Breaking right now, Reuters reporting New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has ordered 2 state agencies to investigate a report that Facebook may be accessing far more personal information from smartphone users, including health and other sensitive data than had previously been known. This follows a Wall Street Journal report that investigated such claims. We're going to have more on this story as it develops. Facebook, just looking at the FANG trade here, it's been down just about 2 weeks in a row. The stock, though, holding on to slight gains right now. Facebook shares are up just about 0.8%. So far, it doesn't seem like we're having a huge reaction in the stock to this. But look, it's another hurdle for Facebook, another privacy issue for them, more government regulation, somebody else breathing down their neck. But in this environment where we seem to be brushing things off, we're not seeing a stock reacting. So
a few things here. The first would be, on the same day that we have headlines from the AP that this same governor, Andrew Cuomo, governor of New York, called Amazon backing out of New York City agreement the, quote, greatest tragedy he's seen since he's been in government. I'm really not going to be concerned about him taking seriously an investigation into Facebook. He obviously would like to be a friend to corporations and not be mean to them. But if you look at where Facebook stock has been over the last 6 months, I think the market certainly has told you that the future for this company is going to be more challenging, whether that's its inability to get even more ads into the Instagram newsfeed, whether it's its inability to shake off these concerns about politics. And the more time that goes on, I kind of start to think about, well, which is it that the market is really concerned about? Is it concerned about Facebook's business overall, where they have costs going up? I remember someone after the last quarter said costs are like a railroad over there, doubling the amount of expense they have year over year, doubling their headcount basically because they have security concerns. Or is it the regulatory overhang? The answer is probably it's all of those things. But I think this is all adding up. The market has told you it's all adding up to a much different future for Facebook than the one where the stock went from 40 to 200 in, what was that, 3.5 years, something like that.
And Julia, in your world, the 13Fs from last time you looked at them, Facebook has actually been a heavily added stock for hedge funds recently, right?
It has been, and I think you've seen some folks who dropped out of it altogether when the first Cambridge Analytica scandal came out. But then some people probably looked at it and, okay, this has been a buying opportunity to come in. I think this is a stock that you will continue to see a slew of headlines coming out. But then you do have the long story, and there are people who are still bullish on it. They think it's too sticky, that users ultimately aren't going to leave the platform altogether. Then you look at the advertising growth from Instagram. Yes, maybe there could be a slowdown there, but people are still using the Instagram platform. I know personally I still do. So I think it's going to be hard to get people, what's going to be the catalyst that finally makes people quit the social network altogether? I don't see that.
Well, coming. I don't think people are going to quit those networks. I think it's just that the growth trajectory they were on when the stock
the growth
10x, it 10x in 3 years. That just feels like I'm old enough to remember the Barron's cover of Facebook's worth $15 a share, and it's just like I don't think that world people aren't going to leave Facebook, but the world where it has infinite growth is probably over.